No Regard, and the skate alternate is Arson. And we timed that pretty darn well because they are just about to blow the whistle for the start of the bout. They call that hitting the post in radio, which I have never done, so I don't know anything about that.
Maybe you should take it up.
I did fake radio for a while. It was news reading for the blind. That's how I got started announcing, honestly. That's what I was doing at the time, and people were like, you know how to use a microphone. That was my entire... The reason I started announcing is because I was doing Sun Sounds of Arizona at the time, and people said, you watch roller derby and know how a microphone works? Here I am. We're just about ready to go. Officials are talking a couple of things over down here on the infield. So bout 19 of 20, the bracket will be sorted out. We know that Iron Front was endeavoring to get into the championship bout for bracket 1. So
I believe the top 2 spots are still to be decided between this game and the last game.
Understood, yeah. Well, with Lockford left to go, that definitely would be, since they can still go 3-0 as well. So that's in play. That's definitely a storyline you can be looking for here as we go forward. So, right, that's going to be right up till the end of the night. So keep your eyes peeled on all the social mediums. You can get on the Discord if you're in the Discord. Also, I'm sure it'll be posted on Instagram, perhaps on the Facebook group as well. So keep tuned to that as far as finding out who will be playing tomorrow and when. We are ready to go. That is number 247 Hollywood for the Trash Pandas. And 01 Johnny Pocket Rocket for CBD. All right, quickly underway. Johnny Pocket Rocket down to the inside first. Johnny Pocket Rocket has had a lot of success as a jammer out there for CBD, but there goes Hollywood around the outside. Johnny had to wait for everybody to get back by. So Hollywood, your first lead jammer for the Trash Pandas. Johnny's out now and is going to get that pursuit on quick.
Jammer race, about a half a lap. Hollywood entering the back of the pack. And did signal to call it, but lead change. Johnny Pocket Rocket is now your lead jammer.
Yeah, we've had a lead change. There we are. One jam, one lead change. Sip your favorite fizzy drink. Hollywood tried to signal the call off. I saw the hands approach the hips, but boy, it was such a glancing motion, and it must not have been. He was blocked from view by at least a couple of skaters. I only saw it because I could see through the safety rail up here. So Johnny is catching up now on a scoring pass. Everything completely flip-flopped here. Only 2 seconds left on the clock, so the clock's going to expire. And that'll do it for the jam. So let's sort out everything from the infield there, find out if there's going to be an OTO. I feel like there could be an OTO. We've got double jammer down being signaled, so we've got penalties on both jammers in the first jam.
Looks like 10 points for Black in that last one and 4 points for the Trash Pandas.
Yep, that is what we ended up with. And one of the eyes in the sky was hand signaling with one of the jam refs over my head, so I got off the horn for a moment there. But yeah, points for both sides to start things off. And again, everybody signaling double jammer down. So penalties on both jammers here in the first jam. No power jam for either side, however.
Small pack for Trash Pandas, only 2 blockers out there.
Trash Panda's got Moose out there on the jammer line. That's Evil Twin jamming for CBD. Evil Twin, one of our hometown skaters here with the Brutal Beauties.
Evil Twin with the lead, but Trash Pandas jammer comes out immediately afterwards.
So Evil Twin's out in front. We got ourselves a jammer race almost, and Twin calls it off coming up out of the corner. Pack was playing keep away. So Twin calling it off, was just about to settle in for a nice jammer race call. So after points for both sides, no points for either side that time.
It's Dr. Sweet Cyanide jamming for CBD, and Slim Grim jamming for the Trash Pandas.
You had a cheer down here from the turn. Somebody cheering for Grim on the jammer line. Underway, Dr. Sweet Cyanide is up against the rail. spun around. Slim Grim is going to slip down, was trying to tiptoe along the rail and just ran out of room, doing that small jammer thing we love and just kind of getting disappeared in the pack. So here comes Dr. Cyanide, and Dr. Cyanide is out and clear for CBD. Slim Grim trying to go by along the inside, kind of manhandled down to the infield by one of the blockers down there for CBD. Cyanide is up towards the front of the pack with 20 seconds left on the jam clock. You've got Cyanide blocked down to the infield. Ooh, pop back up on the track, has to get back down. We're going to have to check on that.
That was a long distance travel on the infield.
That was a long distance along the infield, trying to stop the momentum there. Taking over as jammer, although it's largely academic, is 3271, your captain T-Bear for the Trash Pandas. So we're going to have an official timeout. I hear penalties rattling in from the OPR, so we'll check on everything that's going on before we update you on the next jam. So, official timeout, 11:18 to go in the first half. Right now, 15-4, CBD is in front in the very early going. Siphon Draw Apothecary is still open right down here next to us at the apex of turns 3 and 4. Siphon Draw Apothecary offers handmade organic skincare made with the finest organic, local, and ethically sourced ingredients available. Siphon Draw was created by Arizona Derby Dames legend Colleen Sinclair, a.k.a. Dolly de los Muertos, and is skater-owned and operated. They offer a wide variety of skincare products as well as doctor-recommended topicals for pain and eczema relief. Visit them at the Goldfield Ghost Town in Apache Junction or right down here next to us. As we said, here the rest of the night tonight and here tomorrow. That is Siphon Draw Apothecary. So we have at the jammer line
number 099, Rip and Tear for Trash Pandas.
That's Sam Antics, number 33 for CBD. Sam is quickly out the front of the pack for CBD.
Again, only 2 blockers for Trash Pandas. It's not a great situation to be in. Green Jammer's taking the star off. Looks like there may be an attempt at a pass here.
Sam up against the rail, catches himself, and is able to keep himself upright and keep going. Checking back in the pack, and that jammer for Trash Pandas is back up. Now going to try to deal with that. Oh, blocked off hard in there right in front of us. Excellent block by CBD on the front of the pack.
CBD through on a second scoring pass. A little bit less than 20 seconds left in the jam. They have enough time to go for another one if they want to. Oh, what they call it.
That blocker in there for CBD, Hannah Smash Tana, just wiped out that jammer a couple of times. Excellent blocking down in there deep in the pack. We're going to have another timeout. This is going to be team timeout by CBD, so CBD is going to use their first half timeout. After scoring 10 points, 25-4, CBD's in front, 10:18 to go in the first half. If you missed out on Roller Rage pre-ordered shirts, your chance to fix it. Arizona Derby Dames and Red Hot Print Shop are teaming up to bring you on-demand Roller Rage shirts. That's probably wrapping up for the night tonight, but definitely keep that in mind tomorrow. If you'll be joining us down here for the championship bout, you can get yourself an on-demand Roller Rage 26 shirt and get it customized while you're there at Red Hot. They're offering customization of any merchandise you bring by as well. You can get that as an additional service for anything you buy, anything for any of the teams that are here. Midway's selling merch, the Brutal Beauties, the Coffin Draggers, Arizona Derby Dames merchandise booth has all sorts of things. There's discounted Roller Rage merch from previous years. And this year's shirt, as we said, that can all be had at Red Hot Print Shop tomorrow right here at the arena.
I see the Black Jammer sitting in the penalty box, but there's a lot of penalties on that whiteboard, and it looks like it might actually be a double jammer down situation because I see a star for both black and green on the whiteboard here.
Yeah, I just saw the totem symbol. So I see Sam being sent back to the bench. What is a totem? Why don't you let us know? Thanks, Al.
A totem is a situation where it's double jammer down, and at least one of the 2 teams also has a full blocker box of blockers. So you must skate every jam with a minimum of 2 blockers. In a typical double jammer down situation, that jammer sits as a blocker, and you can't have 3 in the box. So if you have 2 blockers in the box plus your jammer, double jammer down, they do what's called a totem. They put a helmet in the box that has a helmet cover on it, a star on it, and then the jammers actually serve their penalties at their bench.
Thank you. Appreciate it. That is what we've got going on. So, not a must-skate situation necessarily, although I did not see enough of the board to see if there was any must-skates. Must-skates mean there were too many skaters. Same sort of thing. You can't have 3 in the box, so must-skate means a skater would serve that penalty in the next bout. I always get those two confused. I appreciate it very much, Adam. Now, we've got a very small pack as a result. That star cover is yeah, I was going to say somebody signaled before. I thought I should probably not say that out loud. That's number 13, Criminally Insane, and that star cover just about shot right off her head. The bench got her attention beforehand, and she pulled that thing back down. Your jammer is number 74, Rocco Sock'em for Trash Pandas. So Criminally Insane blocked off to the infield. 25 seconds left in this already very active jam. And now Rocco's going to get out for Trash Pandas.
15 seconds left. Lots of time here to get a full pass and call it before the other team can score. And that's exactly what they do.
Excellent work there by the CBD blockers on that last scoring pass in particular, just kind of holding up nice wide open lane along the front straightaway for their jammer there. So 10 more points for CBD, 2 more full scoring passes. And on the jammer line, we do have number 38, Colette Razorcat. No, that is not Colette Razorcat. That's number 18, Mel Malice. Pardon me.
And number 78, Moose. How many O's do you pronounce there, Clifton?
Well, the on the back of the jersey, I think there is, well, okay, on their alternate jerseys, there was only 2 O's. We've been told from the infield several O's, apparently, as we just heard, or that was a foghorn. Unsure, so either a boat's coming into port or we're supposed to use several O's. Meanwhile, that is Mel Malice for CBD, who is out of the pack. Moose is going to get blocked to the infield and is going to try to get up and reestablish. CBD does have the facility of all of their blockers during this jam. Malice is going to get by, and yes, is going to get by that last blocker and get out.
Good job by CBD here, both keeping it pretty fast and containing the green jammer.
Moose just does it the hard way and just goes right over the top of the pivot for CBD, tiptoes over the top of them and goes on by. So Malice finishing a scoring pass, tiptoeing along the coping, stays upright and calls it off. So we are lining up for another power jam for CBD. We have a jammer penalty picked up on the Trash Pandas.
That's Johnny Pocket Rocket taking the power O for CBD.
Yeah, unsurprisingly, I would say one of the fastest skaters I've seen at the tournament in Johnny Pocket Rocket, and that's saying something because there's a lot of very fast skaters here, and he is still another level above when it comes to getting around the track.
Wow, good move on the low there and gets out almost immediately before turn 1.
Trash Pandas do have all 4 of their blockers, so they're trying to get together. CBD was just trying to knock as many of them. Oh, goodness, Rabbit just got bowled over, and everybody goes down face first down onto the track. Everybody down. Rabbit took that hit hard. The pivot up slow at the back of the pack as well for Trash Pandas. Rabbit's actually up and looking. Where are we looking at Rabbit?
CBD is successfully keeping a goat here at the back and keeping things slow. Green defense is not together within the rest of the engagement zone,
and that time, Rabbit tried to get down and block. Johnny Pocket Rocket, so quick, just blew right through on the back straightaway.
Yep.
This time, the blocker's able to get in there and stymie that Trash Pandas power defense. 5 seconds left. If anybody's going to get back, Johnny Pocket Rocket is.
And another full scoring pass right before time expired.
So quick.
Very good
so
power
quick.
O there.
My goodness. Let's check on the score from the infield. So that was a team timeout. Trash Pandas. Trash Pandas are going to take their first half timeout. 6:12 to go in the first half. That is a 20-point power jam for CBD on the board. 64-4. CBD is in front. Trash Pandas got on the board in that very first jam with 4 points on the board. Don't forget your food truck tomorrow. Mama T's is going to be here. Mama T's is still here. I'd like to point out, if you're hungry and want to get a bite to eat like at halftime leading into the last bout, go out there and hit Mama T's because they said they're staying as long as we're open. The snack bar is also still open, so you've got options inside for cold drinks such as water, Red Bull, Gatorade, things along those lines. Tomorrow, Mama T's will be back here at the crack of dawn, I'm sure. And then J&J Louisiana Barbecue starting at 11 a.m. will be here for lunch and your intermission between championship bouts. That's your food options tomorrow down here at the arena. In addition to, of course, don't forget Raven Sweet Haven, all sorts of breakfast goodies. I had myself a mushroom quiche this morning, and the crust was the best part. Unsurprisingly, the crust was the absolute best part of the quiche. Delicious.
Ooh, jammer race. Looks like Dizzy Astor is lead.
Yeah, we got a Dizzy jam along the inside, and there goes Hollywood, going to take over lead jam. Dizzy says, all right, Dizzy's back up for it. So here's Hollywood back to the pack, and will call it off approaching the pack. Hollywood this time calling it off, colliding with the skater after the whistle. Panamaniac is now on the jammer line for the Trash Pandas. Number 9. Short number jam, number 7, Hannah Smash Tana out there, who was just doing work with the pivot stripe on. Hannah Smash Tana out there now to jam. No points for either side, as we mentioned. Neither jammer out immediately. Panamaniac is nearer the front and is going to get bumped down to the infield. Checking on Hannah Smash Tana.
Both teams playing effective defense here, but one to beat at the front for Trash Pandas jammer. And good recycling. They pulled back into the pack. CBD's jammer pushing, not quite. And those blockers are called out of play. So lead jam for CBD.
Panamaniac is going to get clear of the pack as well, so we'll get on the pursuit here. Here's Hannah Smash Tana getting back to the pack. Checking around, sees how the pack was lining up, and calls it off. So Panamaniac on the pursuit, enforcing the call off, and that'll be no points for either side. Panamaniac, however, appears to have picked up a penalty, so we've got ourselves another power jam for CB. No, we did not pick up a penalty, just a late jammer getting out there is all. That's Slim Grim on the jammer line.
And criminally insane jamming for CBD. Oh, and
it is now a power jam. It is a CBD power jam. They have sent up their power road. That is now Johnny Pocket Rocket. He is their power jammer. That confirms that for sure. They knew it before we did, and it looks like Bender's going to put a hand up, so they may not be starting. Now they may be starting. Watching. Are they going to go? Yeah, there they go. Here goes the CBD Power Jam. Johnny Pocket Rocket looking for an opening is going to try to outrun Hollywood. Gets around Hollywood to the inside. Man, slick move to the inside around Hollywood to get clear.
CBD pulls the green pivot as GOAT at the back of the pack, keeping things slow for this first scoring pass. Looks like, completely using GOAT strategy here, and it was effective. The two green blockers were not together. Johnny Pocket Rocket was easily able to get through for a full scoring pass. Second pass coming through, same result.
Still 22 seconds left on the CBD Power Jam. Here comes Johnny once again.
GOAT was hit to the infield during that last scoring pass, so CBD had to recycle and is actively playing offense here, breaking up those green blockers very effectively. There's another full pass. 7 seconds left, and they call it.
So we'll check from the infield, and Johnny's got 3 full scoring passes. 15 more points on the board for CBD here. That is, once again, Criminally Insane back out there now after getting pulled down, and Slim Grim. It's the jammer matchup we almost had before that power jam.
Small pack for green here, only 2 blockers. Are they going to play all defense, or are they going to play all offense and try to get their jammer out first? Looks like it was initially D, switching to O now.
Slim Grim is up to the front but gets blocked. I saw windmilling arms go up and then deposited down hard. That was an excellent block in there from the CBD. That's Dewey Blocks doing that thing in there, I believe. May have been Stitch Please, not sure. Let's check that number coming around. That was 26 Stitch Please, so get some love for that block in there as Criminally Insane, a quick scoring pass along the inside. 23 seconds left.
Star pass to the green pivot, but still in the pack, and Criminally Insane comes around for a 3rd pass and calls it off.
Big cheer goes up from the crowd for Criminally Insane getting past that last blocker, getting the old okey doke on him. You get a little booty bump from Semantics heading up to the jammer line. And it's going to be Rocco Sock'em heading up there. Got a let's go Sam and a big hug from the 2 of them. So it's always good to see that. The fun part of tournaments is seeing skaters who know each other, seeing themselves on the jammer line together. $15 points, 94-4 for CBD at the moment.
Just over a minute left in the first half.
Yeah, there will be time for one more jam before the halftime break. After this one, I mean, of course. So Sam quickly to the front of the pack, and Sam's going to get out of the pack very, very quickly, very easily. There goes Rocco as well, so small pack back there, down there in the corner. Rocco's out too to try to keep this to 1 scoring pass for Sam. Semantics is going to get up there and finish it off and call it off. So looks like Sam's checking from the infield. 4 points for CBD there. Mel Malice is going to be your last jammer for CBD of the half.
And for Trash Pandas, we have Moose. More O's, please. Lead jammer is Moose for Trash Pandas.
All right, Trash Panda is going to grab lead jam here on this last jam before the end of the first half.
Both jammers out. Green needs to be playing offense, get as many points as they possibly can. Probably only 1 scoring pass here. There's one in the infield right there. Those are the easiest types of points to score.
All right, so brings a close to that jam. Checking around, and definitely we got 1 point for Trash Pandas on the very, very, very good call off there by the jammer. Moose picked up that point in there. So 98-5 is your score as we head into halftime. We'll step aside for 5 minutes. We got another half and then another bout after this coming up. So we'll be back in 5 minutes with the remainder of this bout. Be right back. Freya says 1 minute. That means there's 1 minute left because Freya is the game executioner, and the game executioner is the official timekeeper of the officials. Ergo, there's a minute left until the end of halftime. We are just about back.
Honestly, I'd believe her even if she wasn't game executioner. It was very, very authoritative there.
Very authoritative, yes. So we are just about back for the second half of this, about 98-5 CBD in front. Then we've got Divergent versus Lockford. And then after that bout's over, at some point after several what do they call that when they're trying to pick the Pope? Why can't I think of that?
Conclave?
Thank you, the conclave.
Yeah.
I don't know. Thank you. Look at me having to ask you for the obscure reference while we're up here on mic. What in the world are we doing up? What is even reality?
What color
Thank you,
smoke will we
Adam,
have
for telling me the conclave.
at the conclusion of this bout?
After it, there will be several conclaves overnight. Eventually, white smoke will rise from the chimney. We will know who's in the championship bout. That is at some point after 12:30 a.m. Aleutian time. Meanwhile, so we will have to find out how that goes.
It's definitely been more than 1 minute.
Yes.
Come on, Freya.
Well, Freya can only let us know when the minute has expired. Freya cannot make the head referee tell the teams to get on the track, but that is what is coming up shortly. Coach Quad is down there on the sidelines, I say, on the bench with the Trash Pandas, having finished up with Iron Front for the day. And Coach Nikki Badass is down there on the bench with CBD. So there's Iron Front all over the bout right now on the infield. So all you late heads that are still with us at 10:25 p.m. Eastern time, once you everybody hop in the chat, give us a holler as we come out of halftime. You know I love doing this coming out of breaks. Jump in the chat. Tell us where you're at right now. Holler at us. I saw earlier when I asked this, we had Wyoming. We had people from all over jumped in when I asked this earlier. I don't usually get to see that till after, and if you want, let us know some of your favorite stuff you've seen so far at the tournament, honestly, if you want to jump in there and hit that. We're getting to the winding down on day 2, so for sure jump in and hit that as well. We got the announcer iPad in front of us. You got Johnny Pepper and Loose Change joining you for the last bout of the night, taking you up to the midnight hours. Like they say on Scott Van Pelt Show, I'm not tired. No, sir. Sam Antics on the jammer line for CBD, and jamming for the first time for Trash Pandas is Red Bulldozer number 334. And we are underway, and Semantics, as I say that, is already out of the pack, quickly out of the pack.
Looks like a star pass to the green pivot here.
Yeah, you've got Sam making it. Ooh, excellent block down there. I honestly, maybe, not sure if that was maybe a CBD blocker that got Sam by accident. Sam stays upright, though, getting through the corner. Tap dancing along the coping and stays in play to finish off that scoring pass.
Pivot now jammer is Moose. Still has a star in hand, hasn't put it on yet. Technically is a jammer, but cannot do jammer things. Pushing at the front of the pack, though, trying to get out second.
So Sam finishes off that scoring pass and burns those last couple of seconds off the clock.
Looks like we might have a power offense for the Trash Pandas here, with Nacho Friend taking the star.
Yeah, we got another first-time jammer for Trash Pandas. So here's Nacho Friend at the jammer line. That was a 10-pointer for CBD. That pushes them up over 100, 108-5. Trash Pandas pull down one blocker. Make sure that my plurality agrees with my linguistics there.
CBD starts the jam by running, trying to keep this pack fast, making it difficult for the jammer to get multiple scoring passes or even get out initially. One CBD down on the track. Green is slowing, trying to catch this goat, but the pack is split. Now pack is back together. Oh no, CBD recycles back to the front and is running again. Green needs to slow this down. Successful first full scoring pass for your Trash Pandas jammer. Pack is moving very fast, though. This needs to slow down if they want to get another one. Green is kind of running the accordion here where they're intentionally letting the pack split to force the team that's running away to slow. Jammer hits, 3-wall of black. Gets a partial pass and calls it. Let's see what that final score was. Successful power jam for the Trash Pandas.
Successful power jam for Trash Pandas. We will check on the score, but I heard Quad say, "You're in the box, Nacho." And apparently Nacho Friend to the penalty box with a penalty. So it's an 8-point power jam for Nacho Friend. And it is a power jam for CBD. That is Johnny Pocket Rocket at the jammer line for CBD with their Power O out there.
Looks like the whole pack is stacked high here, right up against the handrail. Initial box position. But they reacted well to close that low whenever Johnny initially tried to take it.
So Johnny gets through the pack and out. 46 seconds left on this CBD power jam. CBD is now going to slow things up. They got the pack staggered out. Now Johnny quickly along the inside, able to get by right along the inside to get out and get clear. So now here comes Johnny again. 28 seconds left on that power jam. Johnny weaving around, looking for an opening.
Good job by Johnny to not pick up a cut there. Was hit to the infield and got back on the track, but was not upright and did not technically re-enter. Slid back into the infield on his knee pads there. Signaling to his blockers to speed up the pack so he can get back on behind. Legally re-entered here, looks like. Good job there. Really good awareness from the jammer.
So excellent work there. The blocker that knocked him off, inching forward, and burned all that time off the power jam clock. So checking from the infield on the score during that kind of chaotic scoring pass there.
Looks like 9 points for CBD. Good defensive effort by the Trash Pandas.
All right, so let's get some raffle prizes out here. We're going to announce this one more time. We've got pink raffle ticket for the Green Irish Moon penalty box care package. We're going to announce this one more time. 1 second. All right, they have established that. 104054 for the Green Irish Moon skate box. 104054 Green Irish Moon skate box. If that is you, give a hoot and a holler. If not, we're going to redraw that prize here momentarily. Green Irish Moon skate box. We're going to redraw that right now. Green Irish Moon skate box. New winning ticket for the Green Irish Moon skate box is 104168. 104168 for the Green Irish Moon skate box. If that is you, let us know at some point before the next stoppage in play, or I'll draw a new ticket as far as the winner of the Green Irish Moon penalty box skate box. Timeout is still continuing down there on the infield. And we're back to the action. I see Freya getting ready to blow the whistle, so we're ready to go. So it is another power jam back the other way. After that power jam, a 9-point power jam for CBD. This is going to be a third power jam in a row. This is Trash Pandas
with
and Rocco
Rocco
Sock'em.
Sock'em.
Yeah. Kind of see what's going on. Rocco right down here in front of the camera well. He's going to get knocked down to the infield, gets up to reestablish, is going to get blocked again. Excellent block in there by that blocker for CBD who's wearing Trash Pandas colored shorts, I've noticed a couple of times.
Yeah, I keep thinking they're playing for Trash Pandas.
Yeah. So one of the blockers for CBD with very bright green shorts on. Meanwhile, Rocco to the front of the pack. Oh, got literally tripped up. Tried to get around that blocker. I don't think they even did it on purpose, and a blocker over the top of him, too. 15 seconds left. Gets through the pack. Takes a tumble.
And interesting infield. Has to reset behind the pack.
Yeah. I was going to say that he just lost his balance. He wasn't having escape malfunction, but just came up and then lost his balance again. So, unfortunately, for Rocco there, was not able to get clear, and then a final excuse me bump from a blocker there to knock him down one last time just for funsies.
So if you're a defense fan, now would be a time to applaud, because that was a 0-point power D, one of my absolute favorite things in this game.
There we are. Excellent defense by CBD and a 0-point power jam. One more time, Green Irish Moon penalty box care package, 104-168. 104-168 going twice. New ticket, Green Irish Moon skate care box, the penalty box skate care box from Green Irish Moon, 104051. 104051. Probably the same person that had 104054. So that's 104051 for the Green Irish Moon skate box.
I see Rocco Sackham in the penalty box. I think we're going to see our 4th power jam in a row.
It would definitely appear that way, and the official timeout would also lead us to believe that there's lots of talking going on. New ticket, Green Irish Moon penalty box skate giveaway, 104167. Probably the exact same person that had 104168. 104167. 104167. Going once, going twice. I know a lot of people have left as we have gotten quite late into the evening here. We got another one, 104055. Probably the exact same person that had 054 and 051. 104055 for the Green Irish Moon penalty box skate care giveaway bonanza. The discussion is continuing down there along the front straightaway amongst the officials. This is not a challenge. This is an official timeout. We're going to slack on the...
discussing the illegal procedure.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Like black was called for an illegal procedure and a low block. And illegal procedure can be a number of different actions. So it's not uncommon to see an OTO taken after that to really clarify exactly what happened and maybe even communicate that to the individual captains of the teams.
Yeah, so we will find out what the manner of discussion is here going forward momentarily. Let's try again on the Green Irish Moon penalty box skate care bag giveaway. I'm sure they'll just give this away tomorrow if we cannot find a winner for this. 104052, same person. 104052. So we will get with the raffle people. There's a Coffin Draggers goodie bag as well that it looks like let's draw another ticket for that one as well. The Coffin Draggers goodie bag is sitting up here in front of me as well. So the Coffin Draggers goodie bag. The first winning ticket for this was 104132. 104132 was the first winning ticket for the Coffin Draggers goodie bag. Your next winning ticket for the Coffin Draggers goodie bag is 104131. Same person. 104131. I'm just going to go ahead and draw another one. 104140. There's a chance that is not the same person. 104140 for the Coffin Draggers goodie bag. 104140. We will get you an update on some of those. The official timeout has finally broken up. We will check and see if there's any penalties getting added to the board right now. Yeah, we'll move that back out of the way for now. Thank you. Adam, you can see that far. If they hold that whiteboard, I want you to see if you can see what it says on there. And we'll find out what the manner of discussion was. There it goes.
Looks like an illegal procedure on black number 80, stopping jammer penalty for Trash Pandas, and also an arms on green 99.
All right, so
power D, 3 blockers only for the Trash Pandas here.
Power O for CBD, and that's number 13, Criminally Insane, out there for CBD, and Crim is already out and clear. They just like Smooth Criminal, goes by Crim.
Trash Pandas need to get together here and be ready to play some defense together, preferably. CBD does well to hold 2 of them back, splits the 3 blockers, making it easy for a full scoring pass here. Jammer's coming around again. Green again needs to get into a defensive position. I see 2 of them together. That's good. Ooh, nice hit to the rail to slow down CBD's Jammer.
There's still 20 seconds left in this power jam. Criminally Insane is really burning up the track, getting around there.
$10 seconds left. This could be a 4-scoring pass power jam.
Yep, I know Michi-chan Sports in the Twitch chat has been looking for a 25er, but nope, we're going to have to settle for a 20 possibly here. We'll check and see if Criminally Insane got those hips in front of all those skaters on that last scoring pass. But I would believe Michi-chan will update us. I do not see Michi-chan in the chat at the moment. I'm glancing over their very long username, but I was going to say I don't believe there's been a 25er.
19 points for CBD.
19 for CBD on that power jam coming in. So, big old jam. This is going to be Stitch Please. Starting,
very small pack. Only 2 blockers from each team.
That's Stitch Please for CBD along the inside, already out and clear. Your jammer number 099 Rip and Tear for the Trash Pandas.
Successful pass to the Trash Pandas pivot, who is out. Ooh, partially out of the track, actually, but great recovery. Back up on their skates and out on their scoring pass. Black is still lead, coming around for a second pass. CBD blockers are angling well to split the 2 points apart, and full pass for CBD. Watching the other jammer, looks like they might be running the clock out a little bit here.
And Slim Grimm is going to get in there and looks like maybe get a couple of points. Going to get up, try to play some defense. And we've got Stitch Please is going to get spun off to the infield. 7 seconds left on the clock. Gets up behind that blocker, gets around them again, is going to get on by. We've got Slim Grimm was mid-pack, and the clock is going to expire on that jam. Be some points up from the infield after that one on both teams. We will find out here momentarily as we slip under 7 minutes to go in regulation. I'll let the eyes in the sky communicate with the jam refs right in front of us here.
Two points for Trash Pandas in that one, but unfortunately also looks like they picked up another jammer penalty. So it's going to be a power offense for CBD in this next jam.
Points rattling in literally while Adam was updating us on that. 4 points for Trash Pandas instead of 2. So 9 for CBD and 4 for Trash Pandas. Got all 4 of those points on that scoring pass, minus the jammer, obviously. So Sam out there on the jammer line. Sam's been out quick every time he's been out there. So another great choice to do their power O. And he is out along the rail, out and clear for CBD. Trash Pandas do have all their blockers, so they're going to try to get those 3 at the front of the pack together here. Semantics is going to jump
nice
along
jump
nice jump along the inside.
Trash Pandas are still in the turn. Ideally, they could speed this up a little bit and get out of there. Ooh, good block, though. Pack looks like it's back. I'm not sure how much distance there is there, but those green blockers are really flirting with the end of the engagement zone.
Yeah, CBD is still absolutely dictating the pace of play here. Sam is able to just weave through those out-of-play blockers. 7 seconds left, and Sam's going to try to endeavor to get back around for another scoring pass here. And was right in the middle of them as the whistle sounded. So we will check on that. 20-point power jam for CBD there. Sam gets all 20 of those points on the power jam. So with just about 5 minutes to go in regulation, CBD is looking to protect this lead in the late going, 165-17.
We have 0-1, Johnny Pocket Rocket jamming for CBD, and Moose jamming for Trash Pandas. We actually have a jam with 2 jammers out there, Clifton.
Yeah, we do for the first time in a good long while, and now Moose is clear, and now here comes Johnny Pocket Rocket along the inside, and Johnny's gonna, Moose calls it. Moose with the fist pump called it just in time. Johnny thought he was by, but Moose looks like he got the signal in according to the officials.
You just got to have that signal done before you lose lead. Doesn't matter if you get past before the whistles are blown.
That is right. So no points for either side. It's going to be about 4:15 to go in regulation. We've got another blocker being sent out there for Trash Pandas. It's going to be Hollywood for Trash Pandas. And that is Mel Malice for CBD.
Lead jam for Trash Pandas. Black Jammer's still in the pack. This is a great opportunity for the green team.
Hollywood catching up to the pack quickly now. Mel Malice tap dancing out the front of the pack for CBD. Hollywood gets in there, gets what he considers to be the amount of points he can and calls it off. A cheer from the Trash Pandas faithful in the crowd. So 2 more points for Trash Pandas up on the board. This is going to be Rocco Sock'em for Trash Pandas. Criminally Insane for CBD. No Rocco Sock'em, no jammer for Trash Pandas. Hollywood in the penalty box. So just Criminally Insane for CBD and a power jam for CBD with 3:17 to go in regulation. Underway we go. Criminally Insane is able to get by along the inside. So they also only have 2 blockers out there due the Trash Pandas.
CBD has got 4 blockers on one
CBD,
of
huge
Trash Pandas.
advantage here.
Yeah, all they have to do is keep them split apart, and that's already the case right now. So keeping it slow, keeping this goat. If they hit them to the infield, though, it's going to split. They're going to have to react to that quickly. So ideally here, if you're CBD, you want to keep that goat on the track, keep them well-fed and tended. Oh, nice move there. Green pivot was hit to the infield, could legally reset 20 feet on the infield, got on the track back behind the pack so they could block with their other blocker. Good hit to the infield, or on the low there, to knock the CBD jammer to the infield. That slowed this down enough, probably saved him a whole nother scoring pass. Good block.
Yeah, excellent. Like you said, very slick, very, very wise move there to use that to their advantage after getting that. Was Red Bulldozer. He got blocked off the infield and immediately said, well, I can get back here and unite with my teammate. So.
And we're going to trade power jams again, it looks like. I see an arms call on the Black Jammer on that last one.
Yeah, that must have been probably when he hit Red Bulldozer. That was about the only time he touched anybody. So that would have to be when the arms penalty was, considering that's a touching penalty. That is going to be Rocco Sock'em. Both of those blockers for Trash Pandas in the penalty box when that was all said and done. 1:47 to go in regulation. It was a 15-point power jam for Criminally Insane and CBD. And now it's going to be Rocco Sock'em for Trash Pandas. But no, it is going to be a timeout of some flavor. Let's find out what it tastes like. That's an official timeout. Has the odor of an official timeout anyhow, as Freya Hugs is signaling. So we'll step aside from the action momentarily. 180-19 in our next to last bout of the night. Let's hear it in the arena. Who has been here since 7:30 a.m. when we actually started opening things up? 7 o'clock? Who was here at 7? Yeah, Johnny was here at 7. We got a cheer from anybody. I actually have to leave. I was going to be here all day, but I got to leave. I got a show to get to. So I got to leave when this bout is over. Yeah, no, yeah, yep. We got lots of time. We got lots of time in here. I'm announcing. That is Rocco Sock'em, as we said. 1:47 to go in regulation. Trash Pandas going to look to get some points on the board. Trash Pandas, unfortunately, only have 2 blockers for this power jam, though. Again,
it's a lot of 2 blocker sets for the Trash Pandas.
Yeah, a lot of 2 blocker sets. They've had a lot of 2 blockers in the penalty box kind of situations. Rocco's going to dispense with the blocker and then outrun Sam to get clear.
45 seconds left in this jam. An opportunity to get multiple scoring passes here if they play this right. Need to slow this pack down, though. Green blockers are trying to get in here and break this up, but CBD is fending them off effectively and keeping it fast.
You've got Mini, Fridge, and Moose out there blocking for the Trash Pandas.
Nice block to the infield there. That looks like
everybody up into the kick rail. Look out. That's why we wear helmets, kids. And Rocco cannot quite get back by Sam, and Sam just able to get in there with the block to shut that down. And that's going to pretty much burn all the rest of the time off the clock here in the Power Jam. We'll check from the infield and see. We're going to have a timeout again. I see Freya already coming up, so they already knew there was going to be some kind of timeout. Yeah, so obviously CBD had notified there was going to be a team timeout at the end of that jam. So CBD takes a second to talk this one over. 5-point Power Jam. Rocco got all 5 of those points through every bit of blood and sweat out there. 5 points in that Power Jam, 180-24. CBD is in front. Shout out to the people watching us from the Midwest. You're with us in the Central Time Zone still. As we know, we're pressing on late here. Next bout's going to start 15 minutes after this one ends, so you looking at about probably 8:10, give or take, for the next bout. 8:10 Arizona time, 10:10 Eastern. Don't forget, Arizona doesn't do daylight savings time, so when I say Arizona time, it always takes me a second to adjust. I always have to think. So, most of the year during daylight savings, we're on Pacific time, just not right now. And so that's kind of important, obviously. So our time right now is Mountain. We are in Mountain time at the moment. Technically speaking, we're in Mountain time all year. It's just easier to say we're in Mountain time right now.
Oh, no, another Power Jam here. And another 2-blocker set for the Trash Pandas. There's only 37 seconds left in regulation.
Yep, this is
CBD
probably
could run this all the way out if they wanted to.
This is probably going to deplete the regulation clock. Pretty safe to say that's probably what's going to happen here. Small pack overall. Also a blocker for CBD in the penalty box. Wow, look at that. Just trying to get in there and just give it all away for a block. That was number 88, Rosie, just dove down trying to block right off the gun. And I heard Coach Quad saying, call it from the bench, but nobody falling for that one. So,
good try, though.
Stitch, please, gets through. There is 10 seconds left on the regulation clock, 32 seconds left on the Power Jam. Is going to nice block at the back of the pack. Stitch not aware that the blocker came off, could have gotten up and gone on around, but got up to reestablish anyhow.
Game clock has expired, 20 seconds left in the jam clock.
Yep, so this is it for the regulation clock. We'll find out about penalties momentarily. See if we have penalty jams, yay or nay. I was listening in, didn't hear any late penalties rattling in, so let's find out what we've got. That's why I was kind of zooming in and not really announcing there the last part of that, listening for penalties. Let's find out. I see somebody writing on something, and we will find out about penalty jams, yes or no. It was a 15-point Power Jam for CBD. So 195-24 is your score at the moment. Let's see if we have our second bout with penalty jams or not. Only been one so far.
I don't see anyone in the box yet, but there is writing on the whiteboard. Oh, nope.
And we got a Trash Panda just parked in the penalty box, so that is going to pretty much do it.
Yeah,
we will wait for Bender B. Rodriguez to come out trackside, unless they challenge, but we'll find out momentarily.
In case you don't know, penalty jams only happen whenever the team that's winning commits a penalty and the team that is not winning at the end of regulation skates clean. So as soon as you see a green blocker in the block in the penalty box, that pretty much signals that it's over.
That's right. And there it is. That is the final whistle. Head referee Binder B. Rodriguez has signaled, and victorious CBD 195-24 over Trash Pandas. Adam, thank you so much for announcing. Adam, the esteemed Troy McClure, coach of Iron Front, thank you so much for announcing with me. You did a fantastic job announcing in this tournament. It is greatly appreciated.
Thanks, Clifton. It was
We had
a
our
pleasure
teams-
announcing with you.
Teams coming on around to slap hands. So that is it for these two teams for the tournament until we find out who is competing tomorrow. I will step aside. I am done for the night. I'm going to step aside once again and vacate for Johnny Pepper and Loose Change. The next bout will start in 14 minutes, so at about, like I said, 8:10, give or take, is when the next bout is going to start. We'll get you some rosters and some lineups momentarily.